Good morning YouTube, it's 6:15 on a Saturday morning. I thought I'd do a quick vlog before the weekend starts because my girlfriend's down in about 6-7 hours and obviously I'll spend the next 24 hours, 36 hours with her. I've come across ways of, well, I've always known of this way of getting fluoride out and all the other medicines they've dumped in our water supply recently. It's called reverse osmosis. Osmosis. I'm crap at English, right? I really am. Right, how I'm English, I don't know. When I was at school, my teacher said to my mum, "There's no point in Nina learning French, because she's crap at English, basically." But since leaving school, shut up. Since leaving school, I've learnt that I'm not actually that bad at English at all. I'm just not very good at phonetics, pronouncing things the way the two letters go together. But reverse osmosis, which is O-S-M-O-S-I-S, so however you want to pronounce it. I was going to get one for where I live, but because they have to be fit under the sink, and I rent this flat or apartment, whatever you know, I suppose it's like an apartment, I didn't want to leave it here. So I was like kind of looking into it again last night because I really get sick and tired of the drinking water thing. I do bypass. I probably drink a quarter less water than anyone else. Well, to be honest, I use a quarter of a glass of water compared to probably other people who use a glass. So I'm only taking in 25% of the water as it is. But I'd like to eliminate it. They do a portable one. It's got 3 filters on it. It's got a Micron 5 filter, and then it's got your reverse osmosis filter, sediment filter, and then it's got a what's the last one? A post-carbon filter. £99, which is quite expensive, really. It's $198, but the way I look at it, my life's a bit more important than taking all these antibiotics that are in our water and the fluoride and the chlorine and all the other crap that they decide to feed us. So yeah, I'm purchasing that in 2 weeks' time. What else? Oh yeah, this will make you laugh. Well, I don't know if it make you laugh. You probably go, "Oh my god, why are you doing that?" Last night I helped the boss throw up some walks. What I mean by throw up some walks is deliveries. You know, the letters that go out with the postman. So because I, used to do the walks, I'm now doing IT. But I used to do the walks. I help work for my lunch break so I can get home early, and they give you a couple of hours overtime. I always take the time. I don't ever get paid the overtime. Well, one of my work colleagues who I used to work with, who is actually, wait for it, a 3rd degree Freemason, he's a lovely man. He has no clue about anything I'm talking about. I've spoken to him about lots of different things, and he's probably 60 odd, I'd say now. Maybe a bit older actually, probably about 63. He either doesn't know what I'm talking about because he knows, or he generally hasn't got a clue, and I kind of get the impression he generally hasn't got a clue because he doesn't even know what Scottish Rite Freemasonry is. He's a 3rd degree Freemason, but he's always helpful and always nice and whatever else. So I threw some of his walk up today. Do unto others as they do unto you. So I think there can be a lot of ignorance in the world when it comes to Freemasonry. Not all the Freemasons are horrible people whose intention is bad, and a lot of Freemasons who find out that the agenda is a little bit more than what they signed up for do leave. Some of them live in fear, but not all Masons are. Intentions are wrong. Maybe a cult they're following is wrong, but their intentions ain't wrong. What else? What else have I got to say? Oh yes, E211, sodium benzoate. Avoid it at all costs. The reason being, sodium benzoate, I think it's when it's increased over a certain temperature, like 86 degrees Fahrenheit, i.e. if sodium benzoate is in a drink and you leave it out the fridge, it increases in temperature, these free radicals turn up. And I presume that because our body temperature is over 86 degrees Fahrenheit, that when you consume it, these free radicals turn up. Now, these free radicals don't know the complete scientific ins and outs and the wording, so please bear with me. All I know is that every day our cells reproduce themselves, and certain minerals and proteins and amino acids that we get from our food are the building blocks for our proteins that tell our DNA to reproduce itself. Like the cells on my nail know that it's a nail, so it keeps reproducing as a nail. Sodium benzoate creates free radicals that can cause your DNA to mutate, or cell DNA to mutate. So what is a cell mutation? What's cancer? It's a cell that's basically forgot what it is, so it's mutated into some growth, and then the cell next door copies what the growth's doing, yeah, etc, etc. Well, sodium benzoate, which is predominantly in near enough every food that you consume, especially if it's got fruit in it, you know, takeaways, pasties, Coca-Cola, Fanta, Coca-Cola has, Diet Coke, and then you've got the aspartame as well. Very, very, very bad for you. Very bad for you, and avoid at all costs. I am convinced that sodium benzoate is one of the reasons why there's more cancer in the world. I was talking to a guy at work who's very spiritually aware and meditates regularly, those gurus from India and stuff like that, and meditated with different people. He said to me that when he was younger, he remembers, and he's 60 odd, when he was younger they were injecting chickens with some kind of hormone of some kind, and people were actually changing sex. They had to stop injecting chickens with this certain hormone because I presume it's testosterone or some kind of steroid. He says, and also there never used to be a lot of preservatives and E numbers put in food, and cancer was near enough not around. There was no such thing. And it makes you think to yourself, hold on, all these things, it's like aspartame has 3 elements to it, and I can't remember the middle element, but there's asparic acid, wood alcohol, or methylene, that's something to do with, that might be temperature as well. It turns into some polymethylene, which is nearly enough the same as wood alcohol, which is a toxin. Asparic acid is again at DNA level. It's the acid that helps bond the proteins, I think, to the DNA. So if there's like a rat poison involved in that sequence, surely that ain't going to be good for your cells. It's just, the more and more I think about it, the more and more you realise that the stuff that the government are putting in our foods is creating cancer. Yeah, it's like smoking cigarettes. Yeah, we know nicotine is not the best for you, right? I smoke tobacco. Yeah. Yeah, this tobacco is real thick tobacco. Yeah, it's got no, look, can you see how thick it is compared to the stuff that you buy in a bag? I get this from the tobacconist. It comes in as leaves when it arrives at the tobacconist, and they cut it like that. There's no chemicals in it, no, you know, other crap that they put in it. It's like these Rizla, I should really change using these Rizla, because Rizla, the little lines that you get in Rizla, it's like peas paper, and there's this substance, especially on cigarettes, that keeps them alive. Not so much on Rizla, but I might turn to hemp paper. But the things that cause cancer more with smoking isn't so much the tobacco. The tobacco ain't good, you know, I'm not saying that smoking cigarettes is good for you. It's the chemicals in the tobacco that the tobacco firm put on it to preserve the tobacco. And all the crap that they put in the filters, you know, the glass fibre that they put in the filter, and in the paper. Do you know what I mean? It's like, what else? Not a lot really, there's not really a lot to say. All I can say is that the weather's improving, and next week I'm on holiday, and I plan to sort of do something silly. I haven't done any silly videos for ages, and you know, I might actually put a picture behind me on the green screen for a change. But I haven't done anything silly. So I'm going to do some silly.